Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going over a simple rule for life that every successful person has mastered. But before we jump into it, I'd like to welcome you if you're new to my channel. If you're enjoying this content, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up or subscribe if you're new. It really helps out my channel. And as always, if you're looking for one-on-one coaching information or some other great free content, just check out the description area down below. All right, so what is this secret of the 1%? It's saying no way more than you say yes. Now, I think so many of us have been programmed into this belief that if we want to get more, we have to do more, that we need to outwork and out-hustle everybody around us. That more is more. If we're not busying ourselves in some way or another, then there's almost this part of ourselves that feels like we don't deserve success. Maybe we don't deserve good things. And so I think so many of us end up saying yes to a lot of things that we know that we shouldn't. Maybe it's out of obligation, out of guilt, out of not wanting to disappoint other people. And it's not to say that this is a bad thing. I think as human beings, we all have this innate desire to help others, to serve others, and to make the world a better place. But generally speaking, I think we tend to take on way more responsibilities than we can handle. And so we end up exhausted. We end up burned out with this feeling that we've almost been robbed, or maybe a feeling that we've betrayed ourselves and our values. And then we end up harboring this silent resentment against other people because we feel like we're not getting anything in return for what we've given. And I think once we hit this point, it's really too late. We don't have anything left to offer other people. And when we try to serve everybody, we kind of end up serving no one. Even our attempts to give are really coming from this place of vanity, because subconsciously we're trying to get. We're trying to get because our cup feels empty. And so if you want to talk more about this concept in an esoteric way, look at kind of the metaphysics behind this. Essentially, as human beings, we have this finite amount of creative energy. And this energy is stored up and it's expressed through the second chakra, the creative or the sexual energy center of the body. And we're designed to use this energy throughout the day. It gets kind of burned up and used through our creative endeavors or our sexual intimacy, creating new life through our physical activity. And then at the end of the day, we go to bed and it kind of gets replenished and restored. But it's also important for us as human beings to live in a state of balance and harmony. And I think this is where we're lacking in this equal exchange of giving and receiving. There's a lot of people who overtake, they kind of accumulate or stockpile wealth or material goods, basically as this attempt to manufacture a sense of safety and security in their lives. But there's also a lot of people who overgive and overextend themselves, where we feel like we almost need to martyr ourselves and suffer in our service to others if we want to be a good person. And this could be a really dangerous belief, I think, because it throws us out of balance. And when we're out of balance, our energy becomes sort of fragmented and incoherent. Our energetic field becomes jammed and clogged, and it really prevents these new opportunities and experiences from entering our field. So when we're saying yes, yes, yes to all these things that we know aren't in alignment with us, what it's really doing is blocking the flow of the things that are truly meant for us. It closes us off and keeps us in this state of stagnancy and holds us back from creating the life that we truly want. And this is something that I've been experiencing a lot personally lately. Just earlier this week, I was feeling this complete low, this lack of motivation. I was uninspired, so sort of this hopeless feeling that things weren't going to work out. But there were also a lot of things that I knew I needed to be doing and I wasn't doing. I had been avoiding them. And one of these things were I had all these emails and texts that I had kind of been putting off responding to. There were people maybe asking me to do this or that, or asking for some sort of favor, asking me to take on some sort of responsibility. And these were people I cared about, I really wanted to do it, but I just knew it wasn't right at this time. It wasn't in alignment. But as a result of that, I was avoiding responding to them because I had this feeling that I didn't want to let them down, this feeling from early childhood that if I disappointed the people and the adults around me, if I made them upset, then I wouldn't receive the love and the care that I wanted. So I was feeling very stuck, and it just in this rut. I didn't know what to do, and I just decided before bed, you know what, I'm just going to respond to everybody. I'm gonna tell them no, and at this point I don't really care what they have to say or what they think. And what I found is, as soon as I did that, I felt this big freeing of energy. It felt like my whole energetic field opened up, and I felt like I could kind of exhale. I felt lighter, this big weight coming off of my shoulders. And the next morning I woke up feeling so good, so much better. I had all this motivation that I hadn't had for a few days. I had this new inspiration for business, for new videos, for new content, and that was a big moment. And part of the reason I want to share this with you is because I experienced very viscerally what happens when we put things off, or when we don't say no, when we know we should, where it causes this stagnation and this lack of flow and balance in our lives. And so I know this isn't something that any of us like doing, saying no. But sometimes I think it's the best thing that we could do for ourselves and for the people that we are really meant to serve, is to say no and to protect our energy. Our energy is a sacred thing, and what we choose to pour it into really determines our success and our experience of life. So those toxic relationships, or the job that you hate, they're really a huge drain on our energy, and they take this massive toll on our health and our well-being. And that's definitely not what I want for any of you guys. So follow your passion. Do the things that absolutely light you up, without feeling bad, without feeling like you're letting people down. No guilt, no shame. My belief is that you should probably have at least 9 no's for every 1 yes. As a rule of thumb, if you're not feeling this 100% yes resonating throughout your body, if you're not jumping up and down with joy, it should probably be a no. Because there's something better that's coming for you. There's something out there that you're really supposed to pour your energy into, some project, some exploration, some new experience. And I think that so many times we give in to our fears. We have this fear that people might not like us anymore if we say no to them. But in my experience, it's really actually the opposite. That when you say no, people tend to value you even more, and they'll learn to respect your boundaries. They'll learn that you're a person who has boundaries and you don't compromise. And so when you do say yes to them, they won't take you for granted anymore. They will appreciate your energy and your company even more than if you were that person who just said yes all the time. So that's it for today's video. Try this out. See if you can feel a difference in your life. Let me know your thoughts and share your experience with this down in the comments below. Let me know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future. I really appreciate all your guys' feedback and responses. Have a great week, and I will see you next time.